Hi, this is Cindy interviewing
Hi, I'm Eric.
on the topic of food for today. Okay, so my first question will be has food ever brought any comfort or happiness to your life or yourself?
Personally, food has always been one of my, I guess you can say, escape valves or like my drug. For anything, I'm depressed. I mean, not depressed, sad, happy, excited, anything. I love food. I'm a big foodie, so I always like to go out, eat things, or go out of places and eat different foods. Typically, when I go out to eat at different restaurants, I like to try different cultures, different ways of cooking, different methods. Like if before I was paleo, like eating stuff that was like fried. I did like fried alligator tacos. I did like fried s'mores. I even did this thing at one of our food trucks. It was called the Snoop Dogg, and it was pretty cool. And I like eating a lot, and I don't know. I'm very happy, and I'm a much happier person when my stomach's full and I'm eating something.
Okay. Kind of leading off of that, how does what you eat affect you, like personality or mood wise?
Considering now I'm doing paleo, beforehand when I was eating just whatever, I was eating like up until 8th grade, I was eating 2 adult-sized plates. I was eating semi-clean, but it was like whatever clean. It was just like I had salad and that was it. I was eating like the typical like Hispanic portions, which was like 50% of your plate or 75% of your plate being rice and 25 being like your meat or your beans or whatever it was. Um, Before that, before going paleo, my mood was like okay. I went through my days and it was alright. Like it was pretty cool. I was tired. I had trouble sleeping. I broke out really often. I thought it was just like puberty sometimes, but it was. But then after I looked into doing paleo, my CrossFit coaches mentioned it to me, and some of my friends that were taking it, they mentioned to me about paleo and all the benefits that it had. I decided to go paleo, and when I decided to go paleo this year, which was a couple months ago, like my mid year, I think it was like mid year during my senior year. It was pretty cool. Like all the perks of it. My metabolism is a lot much quicker. I can eat a lot more. So I have like pre-breakfast, breakfast, pre-lunch, lunch, and then I have like an awesome dinner, and then I have snacks in between. And I try to drink a gallon of water every day. And it's pretty cool. I haven't gone to my dermatologist like I typically did all the way sophomore, junior year. There was no need to go to my dermatologist anymore. I'm a lot more happy, I guess you can say. I really define what an extrovert is. My performance in CrossFit and just being aware and alert is a lot higher than it was beforehand. And food has a really big impact on your mood and everything. I know a lot of people tend to do. I do it often too. Like if I get stressed out, my go-to item to eat would be chocolate and stuff like that. But once you have it under control and you like know how your body's reacting or why your body's reacting the way it is, then it's pretty cool when you can control it.
Okay. What kind of leading off of that? Is there any like type of food that you eat that kind of like brings back any type of good memories or anything? And
So
and then sorry. And like how does that like actually benefit you? Since like we're talking about like happiness and all that stuff, like how does this type of food like actually influence your happiness?
Sometimes I eat paleo stuff like that, but like in the past, like when I broke in paleo or just in the past in general, I love to eat, and some of the things that like bring happiness to me would be like my grandma's cooking or my mom's cooking, like from when I was a kid. I don't know, something about them eating, like I know the whole process of them cooking it, being a part and helping them make it and stuff like that, and knowing how much time and effort and like what kind of, I guess you can like legitimately say love went into it. Like I don't know, something about it's just really interesting and it's really cool. And I don't know, when I ate it, it was really cool. My grandparents are Hispanic, they're Mexican. From my mom's side and from my dad's side, they're Puerto Rican. So it's always interesting to see the difference between how they cook and stuff like that. And I don't know, there's like a connection or bond that I have with food and with them, and it just makes me happy. You know, I don't just eat to eat. Like it brings me good pleasure. I know what like all the work that went into it, and I know like how good it is and everything like that. I don't know. So it's stuff like that. And some foods, I guess you could say that kind of bring that back would be like my mom's enchiladas. My mom makes some bomb enchiladas, and she makes that like all the time, and she used to make that when we were kids. So it would be like that. Or my grandma makes she makes migas, which is like a Mexican dessert, but it's like a capirotada, I think that's what it's called, and it's pretty cool. It's like this bread dessert that's like soaked in tea with like cheese and like sprinkles and like a bunch of different. It's like this weird. It's a bunch of leftovers like thrown in a pot, but it's really good. my grandpa, he makes bomb chili rellenos too, which is pretty cool. Those bring back a lot of memories because beforehand I didn't like them because I was like, it's a big chili, and it was pretty cool. And stuff like that from the Puerto Rican side of my family would be like taros con candules or taros con pollo, like stuff like that when they do that, or even the bacalao and stuff like that. Like it's pretty cool because it's stuff that my grandparents taught my dad and his side of the family, like my aunts and uncles, and when they make it, it's pretty cool. You know, so I don't have that side of my grandparents anymore. I have my mom's side, but I don't have my dad's side. They died when I was younger, but it's pretty cool. Like I feel like I have a connection with them, and I don't know, it's pretty cool. I don't really get in touch with that Puerto Rican side of me, but I do when I eat that food. It's pretty cool.
Well, you mentioned paleo a lot, and just kind of wondering, would you actually recommend people to actually start doing that, or?
So I would definitely recommend anybody to go do paleo, especially if you're someone, not saying that you want to lose weight, but it's one of the definitely great perks that comes along with it. But if you go paleo, it's an amazing experience. You go through like this whole process like you've never experienced. Like yeah, you start and it's not a diet to start off. I hate when people say, oh, it's like a diet, or I dislike when people say that it's a diet or stuff like that. I choose it as a lifestyle, and this is something that I plan on doing for the rest of my life. But it's pretty cool. Like typical diets, you like fast, like basically you're like fasting for like a couple weeks. You don't eat a certain thing just to like get into like either like a wedding dress or like get ready for a big event or something like that where you look good, and then right after you're gonna go back to your typical diet. But with paleo, it's completely different because like sure throughout that whole diet that you do, like the low carb diet or the low fat diet or whatever, you do that, but like it's, you know what your cravings are and stuff like that, and it's like okay, but then as soon as you break, and your body really doesn't feel a difference in it. But with paleo, it's this amazing experience because when you start out paleo, it's just eating meat and vegetables, some fruit and seeds, and no sugar, anything like that, nothing processed or anything like that. So it's pretty cool. It's also known as the caveman diet. But if you do the paleo diet, it's amazing because when you actually start the first like 2 to 3 weeks, I went through this. It's called the adaptation period, where you do it for 2 to 3 weeks, and your body goes through this withdrawal. You feel tired, you feel hangry, which is like hungry, angry. You feel like you feel like crap kind of in a way. Like you feel like you can't like function or anything, and you're just tired all the time. You're hungry, and it's just like it's weird. And then like you're lazy to do everything, and it's like for 2 to 3 weeks. And initially when you go through that, you're thinking that something must have been wrong with eating paleo. But then like weeks 3 to 4, somewhere around there, it's like you're reborn again. You wake up with like just out of nowhere with all this energy. It feels like you haven't eaten in centuries, and all of a sudden you want to eat right now. So then you like start eating all this food, and it's like, and that's where I started. Before I was on like 3 meals, and now I'm on like 6 or 7 meals a day. So it's like pre-breakfast, breakfast, pre-lunch, lunch, and then like a big dinner, you know, and it's pretty cool, and then like snacks in between, and it's pretty cool. Like if you do it, like I said, I haven't gone to the dermatologist in a while. My skin started clearing up, my performance, I definitely lost a little bit more weight in like some pretty cool areas. I'm working on my abs, so hopefully that comes in, but it's really cool. My performance is really cool, and it's just really interesting, especially when you know that. And then it's pretty cool because the moment you do break paleo, which it does happen to everybody, like I've had it a couple times, some by force, some people like put chocolate in front of me, and that's one of my weaknesses. But when you do break it, your body goes through this shock, and you know what your body, like you know why your body's doing it, and you know that you shouldn't have eaten that, but you did it either way. And then it's like somebody pushed the reset button in you, and then you have to re-go through the adaptation period. You have to re-go through restarting like your metabolism, but it's not even like hard because your body picks up and it knows where it's set off. So it's pretty cool. Like I've never experienced an eating style like that, and when I did, I was like, okay, this is something that I want to keep. So it's really cool, and I'm doing it now, and I don't know, it's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, yeah. Thank you.
No problem.